Yesterday, we did a short-form video where I shared 3 lies of modern work that keep you burned out. Today, we're going deeper into each one. These 3 lies are the foundation on which much of our working lives are built. They shape how we work, how we live, and how we even define success. If any of this sounds familiar to you, if you ever feel drained, stuck, or unfulfilled in your work, then I hope this video will help shed some light on why that might be the case. In fact, I made this video because there were times in my career where I felt burnout and I kept wondering why. Why wasn't I more fulfilled? Why was I always chasing something more? Why did success seem to come at such a cost? The answer, I realized, lay in understanding 3 fundamental lies that had become the foundation of my work life. And while they might seem harmless, they are anything but. They trick us into sacrificing what truly matters most to us in the name of productivity, achievement, and balance. But don't worry, because in this video we're going to debunk each one of them so that you can break free from their chains and create a fulfilling career that aligns with your values and brings you joy. You ready? Let's get into it. Lie number 1, busy means productive. We live in a world that glorifies busyness. We take pride in our overflowing inboxes, our jam-packed schedules, and our endless to-do lists. Being busy has become a badge of honor, a status symbol that we proudly wear on our sleeves. But here's the thing, busyness isn't always a sign of productivity. It's often just an indicator that we're running around like headless chickens, frantically trying to stay afloat in a sea of distractions. Modern work encourages us to be always on, to constantly prove ourselves by being reachable 24/7. But this idea that being busy is the same as being productive couldn't be further from the truth. True productivity comes from clarity, focus, and intentionality, not chaos, noise, and a complete lack of boundaries. When we allow ourselves to be swept up in the current of busyness, we lose sight of what truly matters. We sacrifice quality for quantity, and we end up feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and completely burnt out. So here's the wisdom shift. Instead of celebrating busyness, let's prioritize deliberately. One single high-impact task completed with focus and intention is far better than 50 small, mindless tasks that only serve to distract us from our bigger goals. It's time to reclaim our productivity and redefine what it means to be successful in a way that aligns with our values and brings us fulfillment, not just prestige and recognition. Lie number 2, climbing the ladder equals success. We've all been conditioned to believe that climbing the corporate ladder is the ultimate measure of success. From the moment we enter the workforce, we're told that promotions, pay raises, and prestigious titles are the markers of a job well done. But here's the thing, this lie keeps us trapped in a cycle of external validation, and it leads us away from our true purpose and passion. Chasing external markers of success can lead to internal burnout and dissatisfaction. Because what happens when we make someone else's definition of success our own? We lose sight of our own values, our own strengths, and our own unique contributions. We end up playing a role, checking boxes, and climbing a ladder that may not even lead to the fulfillment and happiness we desire. Think about it. When we fixate on climbing the corporate ladder, we may find ourselves taking on projects that don't align with our interests or expertise just because they offer the potential for advancement. We might compromise our values or sacrifice our personal lives in order to meet someone else's expectations of what success looks like. But here's the thing, that someone else's expectations may not actually be our own. The truth is, success should be defined on our own terms. It should be a combination of fulfillment, alignment, and achievement that works for us personally. So here's the wisdom shift. Let's stop climbing someone else's ladder and start building our own. Let's redefine success as a combination of fulfillment, alignment, and achievement that works for us personally. This may mean taking a less traditional path, one that doesn't always lead upwards, but leads instead towards what truly brings us joy and meaning. It may mean making choices that don't always make sense in the context of someone else's expectations, but that feel right to us. Ultimately, success is a deeply personal thing, and it's up to us to define what it means for ourselves. Lie number 3, work-life balance can wait. The classic, I'll rest when mentality. Maybe you've told yourself this before. Maybe you've even believed it. But here's the hard truth. Burnout doesn't take a day off. It doesn't wait for your vacation or your retirement. It festers and grows if left unchecked. When we put off taking care of ourselves until some future point in time, we're essentially telling ourselves that our well-being isn't a priority. We're telling ourselves that we're not worth the time and attention we need to thrive. This lie keeps us trapped in a cycle of exhaustion, and it prevents us from living the joyful, balanced life we all deserve. Think about it. When we say work-life balance can wait, we're essentially prioritizing work over our own well-being. We're telling ourselves that it's okay to sacrifice our health, our relationships, and our happiness at the altar of productivity and achievement. But here's the thing, that's not okay. Our well-being isn't something that can or should be sacrificed. It's the foundation on which everything else in our lives is built. When we neglect our health, our relationships, and our happiness, we're essentially chipping away at the very foundations of our lives. Eventually, we reach a point where we're too tired, too stressed, or too burnt out to do anything at all. We end up feeling numb, disconnected, and completely disillusioned. So here's the wisdom shift. Stop waiting for balance and start building it. Make time for the things that matter most to you every single day, no matter how busy you are. Protect your energy like it's capital, because it is. Invest in your health, nurture your relationships, and make time for joy and play. Remember, sustainable excellence is not about relentless output. It's about finding a rhythm that allows us to perform at our best for longer periods of time without burning out. So there you have it. 3 lies of modern work that keep you burned out. We've explored how busyness isn't the same as productivity, how climbing the corporate ladder doesn't always lead to fulfillment, and how waiting for work-life balance is a recipe for burnout. But here's the thing. These lies are so subtle, so normalized, and so often rewarded in our society that they can be hard to spot. They trick us into believing that sacrificing our values, our well-being, and our happiness is the price we must pay for success. But here's the truth. It's not. Escaping these lies is not rebellion. It's self-preservation. As Albert Camus once said, the struggle itself towards the heights is enough to fill a man's heart with joy. So ask yourself, which of these lies are you still living under? How can you start defining success on your own terms? And what would it look like to rewrite your own playbook starting now? If this video resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe for more content and check out other videos on similar topics. Thanks for watching.